There we go. It should be live. Hello.
Hello.
Let's see if I can actually remember to get the comments up first. There we go.
Oh yeah, I'm still on private. Let's change that.
Just did a big yawn before we started, and I need to do another big yawn.
We're really prepared for this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially after like a month and a half.
Yeah, we've been slacking.
Oh yeah. You said your TBR number hasn't really...
Yeah, regular viewers may notice that it's exactly the same as it was before. Because I haven't been reading from it really, and also I haven't logged like 5 books maybe, so it's probably a bit higher. But that's fine.
Just went through earlier today at lunchtime, and
that's very
updated. So yeah, it's gone up. I think it was 10, 20 something.
Yeah, I think you got it down to the 20s, didn't you?
Yeah, and then February happened, and yeah, February was a disaster month for me. Amber knows about this. We had a really bad family bereavement, so just like in terms of my reading. So it's gone up quite a lot because retail therapy is helpful.
That's a fair reason though. Like
yeah,
I just didn't stop.
But I feel like I'm finally getting my reading brain back. I read 7 books in March, and I'm in the middle of like 3 books right now, so we're getting there. So yeah.
Yeah, March is always a bit of a weird month for me with reading. So I tend to do the 1 book a day in February challenge, and then I like slump hard in March.
It's understandable. Did you do the February challenge? I haven't been able to keep up with stuff.
Yeah, I read 34 books.
Jesus.
Most of them were graphic novels, though, to be fair. So
it counts. It's fine.
Yeah.
Marlene's here. Hooray! Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Marlene's gone down 1 whole book since the start of the year. I feel that.
I don't know where I'm at compared to the start. 1 second.
Yeah, let me actually, that's a good point. I think
I'm up by 3.
Not up by as much as I would have thought. Where am I looking? Here we go. Okay, so I'm not up by that much. So at the start of the year, I was at 1038, and I'm at what, 1046 now? So it could be worse.
Yeah, I feel like you're maintaining.
Yeah, holding steady. I did so well in January, though. I did so good. And then, yeah.
It's okay. Spring's here, and we can bring it back.
Yeah. Need to count how many physical books. Probably 500 at least. I sympathize very much. Very, very much.
With my ebooks, I'm also over 500, so don't worry.
Oh, yeah, because you don't count your ebooks, do you? I forgot
about
that. Yeah, I count everything.
Depressing.
I think I'm at like 500 or 600 physical books. But I did a big clear out in January, I think. So I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. Gone up by a lot of books. You're in the right place. We understand. I'm so jealous of this. All the books you get to bring home from work. Do you have to bring them back, or are they like?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually,
is it like a little like lending library of amazing books, or what? Just really nosy about Marlene's stuff. It sounds cool.
We should probably share what we're reading.
Ooh, read a lot of books that have been on your shelves for a long time. That's such a huge thing, isn't it?
That's good. That's what I'm trying to do, but it's not going too well. I get distracted by all the new ones.
Yeah, same. I put all the new ones on my bedside table, and I try to read from that stack. And then after like 3 months, I'm like, ugh! And then I take them all, put them all on my shelf, and start a new stack. It doesn't go great. Oh, they're yours to keep. You must exercise a lot of willpower.
Yeah. I don't think I could trust myself.
Yeah, no, definitely. Same. We had at my work, we had like people, like a little kind of book swap library thing where like you could bring in books, put them on the bookshelf, and then take whatever you wanted. I found some really good stuff there. I found like a proof copy of the first Melinda Salisbury book, which was so random. And I want to like hunt down that person and see if they're like a bookish person too. But alas, to this day, I have no idea who it was.
Yeah, I keep finding review copies in charity shops around here, so I know there's someone who receives them. I just no idea who they would be.
Yeah. So let's see. Ebooks $8.75, but not sure if my Kindle's including ARCs. That's a lot. You're getting up to Justine territory.
Yeah.
I feel like Meg and I are very much on the same level with a lot of our stuff, so that makes a lot of sense to me. Oh, Marlene's work doesn't publish SFF, which helps. That is super helpful. So, what are you planning on reading, Amber? And what's everyone else planning on reading?
I've got 2 options at the moment. I've already started A Prayer for the Crown Shy, and then I also want to reread Poison Study because I'm meant to be recapping all of these books apart from this one, which I think already has a recap. But I'm a bit worried that I'm going to hate it because I loved it like 12 years ago.
Yeah, same. I was obsessed with that book.
She's a really addictive writer.
Yeah, she's fun. I read I read the first book from her other like Touch of Power series as well, which is quite good. Yeah. It's like the first time I ever read anything like remotely romantic fantasy, and I was just like obsessed.
I did compare her in my TBR to Sarah J. Maas. I think she's got like Sarah J. Maas qualities and just didn't quite get the same marketing push. Yeah. There's like 10 of those, aren't there? There's like 12 of them. Yeah, she keeps doing new trilogies.
Man, I need to get back into those. I think I bought a bunch of them for Kindle when I first got my new Kindle, and I never got around to actually reading the rest of them. I've got options. So I'm going to finish Her Majesty's Royal Coven, which I'm at like the last 150 pages, and I was saying to Amber earlier, it's going to be so exciting. I'm really, really, really like, it's going to be really like a hardcore and fast paced. I just haven't been picking it up. So I'm going to finish this, and if I do finish it, which I probably won't like before the time, I've got either short stories or I've got RJ Barker's new book, which I'm really excited for, but the size difference between these two is pretty massive. So yeah. I think Amber's frozen. Oh, nope. Kind of frozen.
You keep freezing for me. I don't know which of our internets it is.
It might be mine. Actually, maybe not. Depends on if Scottish husband's playing something or not.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Oh, I missed a hello. Hi.
If I do freeze, just carry on without me.
Yeah, same. We'll see who wins. In terms of what other people are reading, we've got the Bone Shard War, which is super exciting. I really want to read. I need to finish that series. I love the first book, and I haven't gotten around to it.
I haven't read the second one yet.
Oh yeah, I need to. If you ever want to buddy read that, we can do another one of our failed buddy reads.
Yeah, we could try.
Let's see. We've got Ship of Magic. Very nice. I need to get to that series. I tell this story like literally every time I'm on the internet, but I need to finish the Farseer trilogy because the second book broke me so badly I've never recovered.
I need to actually start it. I keep meaning to, but I couldn't get past the first like 10 pages the first time.
Yeah, they're slow burns. Atlas 6, that's one that's on my TBR. I've heard very mixed things, but I'm really looking forward to reading it. I feel like it'll be a really fun, fast one.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's not like I've only read the first one. Yeah. Like it's not a masterpiece, but it was fun.
Yeah. It's not going to change your life, but fun.
No, probably not.
We've got Tavish by Jane Stain, Ravenfall by Kaylin Josephson. I feel like I've heard of that before. And D&D Dungeon Academy. Meg, have you seen the new D&D movie? And what did you think? We're going to go see it this weekend. If anyone else has seen it.
I watched it. Yesterday.
Have you seen it? What did you think?
No, the day before. It was really funny.
I heard it's really fun.
It's probably got some like I've only tried to play D&D like a couple of times. It's probably got some like references and stuff. But yeah, really funny. I really enjoyed it. I hope there's a second one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was very skeptical, but like my sister and her fiance, who are not fantasy people, went to go see it just kind of for the hell of it because there's nothing better on, and they like really, really liked it. We were very confused.
I think it helped that it had a really good cast.
Yeah, like Chris Pine is in it, which is weird.
And he sings again, which is great.
Yeah, we're going to see it this Easter weekend. It's truly an Easter movie or something.
You're not going to go and see Super Mario?
Probably not. Maybe because we have like the unlimited cards.
Yeah, I've got those up, so that's the only reason we're going to see it.
Yeah, that's fair. For some reason, it's not showing me. I think I'm missing some comments, but Book Depository is closing. I'm so sad when I heard about Book Depository closing. They're going to shut it down at the end of April, and it's like the only way international people can get certain like US books and like vice versa.
Does Blackwell's offer US books to the UK or not?
I'm not sure. You probably could get them, but I think it would be a longer delivery time because they'd probably have to put them in.
Yeah.
But that's probably going to be the route that I go down, which is fair enough because I should be supporting Blackwell's anyway. Still, I like
it's better than Amazon, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Astrid's here! I think I missed a greeting from Astrid. I don't know why it's my thingy is stuck. It's not showing me. Oh, there we go. Finally got it. Yes, I did. Astrid's here. Astrid is the brains behind our operation. I can't remember why I decided that, but I did at some point. Oh, dang, that's quite a list. The Moon is a Harsh Mistress is one that I've tried to pick up, but it's written in kind of a strange way. And then Hellbent and the Sheep Farmer's Daughter. I've got the Sheep Farmer's Daughter on audio. I need to pick that up.
I like that you're going for a mixture of formats, though.
Yeah, that's smart. Oh, Farseer. Nikki's here. Mostly coming to say hi. I'm cooking. Yeah, that's fair. Writing is confusing sometimes. I think is that Moon is a Harsh Mistress? The D&D movie. Yeah, I've heard good things about it too, as we were saying. I'm looking forward to it this weekend. I'll report back. Where the Wild Ladies Are by Oko Matsuda. That sounds really good. I'm big into short stories at the moment, so I'm actually going to write that down. Bear with me. What else have we got? Just popping in for a short time. Hello. Oh, reading Demon Copperhead. My dad really, really loved that. Like, really. He said it's really, really, really grim. Really grim. But he said it was amazing.
I've heard it's really good. It's on my list for women's prize books.
Oh, of course.
But it's so enormous, I've left it at the library for another couple of weeks.
Where the Wild Ladies Are. Sorry, hold on. There we go. Added to my list. Yes, I would love to hear what both of you think of Demon Copperhead because I've heard it's very good, but like, it's a lot of pages of grim.
Yeah.
Liking Moon is a Harsh Mistress on audiobook. Oh, that's interesting. As an audiobook, I feel like that would probably be easier to with like the language and stuff. But I imagine you also probably get used to it quite quickly. And Loving Sheep Farmer's Daughter. I am very much looking forward to reading that. I had a bound up copy of it's the first in a trilogy, like a Paladin's, I want to say Paladin's Grace, but I think that's T. Kingfisher, but like it's a bound up trilogy. And I had ordered it when I was in New York, and it's one of the few packages that ever got stolen from me. And I think that's because I ordered it from Barnes & Noble, and it had like Nook on the side of it, so people probably thought it was electronics.
Oh, no.
Instead, they got
a
that instead. Page volume of Paladin fantasy novel, so I hope they enjoyed that. I'm really mad. I think I rebought it, actually. I think I have it here now that I think that. Want short stories, 10%.
I need to start screenshotting all of these suggestions.
That's probably smarter. 10% beef. Yeah, if anyone has short story collections, please let me know because that's really helping me out a lot lately. Add to list. Yay. Okay. Demon Copperhead is very much hardship after hardship, but is very good. So Big, though, probably win the women's prize. That's the one that I suspect will win the women's prize, mostly because I think it might be the only one I know of. Also, the Deed of Paxinarian. That's what it is. Yeah, it's like massive, right? And you can like hit someone over the head with it. Someone stole mine. I'm still mad about it. Putting it off since January, but here and loving it. That's great. Oh, Nikki's an Elizabeth Moon reader. That's the author of the Sheep Farmer's Daughter. And she writes a lot of sci-fi, I think. Danielle Evans. Sorry, after this one gets started.
It's okay, it's giving me time to eat.
Okay. Danielle Evans, not Danielle Steele. I feel like her books would be quite different. Ooh, good titles. Okay, yes. Added her. It's the second time. I keep dropping my phone on myself. I need a better tripod. Sorry if that's scary.
It wasn't too loud.
Please read the Paper Menagerie. Oh, I have that. I have it. I've read the main story, the Paper Menagerie, and it made me bawl my eyes out. And I need to read the rest of them because I love Ken Liu. And yeah, that's a good shout. I'll pull that off the shelf because I really need to. If you ever want to feel feelings, read the Paper Menagerie.
Are they written by him, or are they ones that he translates?
I think they're written by him. Yeah.
Okay.
He's done a bunch of short stories. I have another one of his short story collections, which I also haven't read. Which is really annoying. This is supposed to be lowering my TBR. Nikki, if you keep pointing out truths, I'm not going to throw you out of the live stream, but I will pretend that I will. Nikki keeps me in line. This is a good point, supporting increasing TBRs.
Yeah, to be fair. I'm not going to argue.
Right. Ken Liu wrote them. Yeah. So he's written that one, and I think it's like The Hidden Girl is the other one. It's in black and it's got all the spots on it.
Yeah, I can remember the cover.
And then he did a collection that he translated, and I know this because I did my master's thesis on Chinese science fiction in translation. And if US or like Western publishers are missing a gap in the market, which the answer is, yeah, we know we are, but it costs a lot of money to translate books.
Yeah. I guess also from Chinese as well is more expensive than like Spanish.
Yeah. I imagine you probably have to pay someone quite a lot more. Yeah, he published basically all of the essays that I used in my master's thesis in that volume. So if anyone's curious, I think it's called like 12 Planets or something like that. I'll find it. But yeah, I was really annoyed when that came out because that would be more proof for my thesis, but you know. Do you want to start sprinting?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How long should we do? Maybe half an hour to start?
Yeah, if we do half an hour and then we can break for 10. And then start on the hour again.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds good. Cool. All right, let me put a little banner thingy up. So that would be sprinting until 7:50. Okay, guys. Wait, did I put that up? No, I didn't.
Are we going?
Here we go.
Yeah, we're going.
Really good. Okay, guys, we'll see you in half an hour. Hello. I was trying to get Sophia to sit on my shoulder, and she wouldn't have it. Right, which one of these? I need to plug in my ring light.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is making a horrible sound.
He says hi, Colin.
Hello.
Should have never told us that.
I think it's hilarious.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute. It makes horrible
How would you
sounds.
like if I called you Dave?
That sounds nothing like Amber.
Oh, whatever. Colin sounds nothing like Colin. What are you talking about? No, he does. Does it, Bucky? No.
Wrong one. Sorry, I'm trying to get my mouse plugged back in because I'm also trying to plug in.
Oh,
light.
I thought you were trying to plug in your light.
I am. I unplugged both my keyboard and my mouse. I got my mouse back? Okay, yes, I have it. Sorry, especially if it was making horrific noises.
It wasn't that bad. Anyway, how did everyone do?
Yay. I read just over 30 pages. I'm now on page 344. Almost 40 pages.
So
how about you?
You've got what, 100 and something pages to go now?
Just shy of 100, or yeah, just shy of 100 pages.
Nice. I read about 60 pages, I think, so I'm about halfway through.
Very nice.
So I'll probably finish this in the next sprints and then start something else. Yeah, I am enjoying it. It's not as good as her Wayfarers series. I don't think there are enough characters for that.
I will confess, I don't really like those books. I have tried to convince myself that I do. I just find them really, really dull. I feel like it's someone just preaching at me, telling me how to be a better person. I love the characters.
Yeah, there's kind of nothing going on.
Exactly, yeah. And I feel like she did everything that she's trying to achieve in those books. She did in the Wayfarers books, but
yeah,
it was just more oomph. Nikki's yelling at me. I know. She's like my favorite author. I love her. I've never confessed to actually not really liking those books, but like, yeah, I don't like people telling me to be a better person.
I find it quite interesting how she's describing how society is now. That's the main draw for me, I think. I don't really care about either of the characters.
Yeah.
Outside of like their backstories.
Yeah.
Moscap, I think.
Moscap, yeah, I think he's a cutie. And I love that. I'd love more from the worlds. I'd love to learn more about the world. Yeah, if there's just a bit more oomph to it. I think if they were full-length novels, they would probably be much more in my thing. But since they're novellas, they're pared down to like the message. And I don't want people to tell me to be a good person. I get really, it's kind of like when like trying to do like meditation. I get really annoyed with them telling me to like calm down and stuff. I'm a difficult person. Yes, let us know how you guys did. And start scrolling through. This is the Ken Liu stuff. Invisible Planets is the one that I was thinking of. If you're interested in Chinese sci-fi, there's a bunch of essays in that are really, really good and that I read. I think they were his translations like on the internet before the book was actually published, which was annoying. Sophia was crawling all over me, and now of course she's gone. Hi, Quill. Oh, I think he's gone now. 32 minutes to go. Keep up the audiobook pace, trying to reach my ridiculous TBR for the month. I feel that. My current audiobook, I think I've got it at 2.3, which is actually working out, but still like.
Oh wow, that is quite fast.
It's faster than I usually do. Distracted and read 1%. That's fine. 1% is 1% more than you had before, so that's all good. Read one chapter. Very nice. There's me getting shouted at again.
Scrolling
sorry,
really fast.
I'm not the person that you thought you thought I was. I love To Be Taught If Fortunate. That's another one where I feel like she got her message across really, really well with the story.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
like,
one of my favourites of hers. There's that and Record of a Spaceborne Few. They're both my top ones.
Yeah, I love that one. Mark read that and he was like, nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. I'm like, no! No!
I think quite a lot happens, really. The themes are very strong.
Yeah, yeah. Worried to read them now. I really want to read them, love them.
A lot of people do love them.
Yeah, they're lovely. I'm just a difficult person. Didn't read much in Street because the baby distracted me. That's fair.
Very rude.
Give the baby a book next time and tell them to read. Tell them to participate. 15 pages of Ravenfall while trying to update the reading spreadsheet, but at the same days. Updating the reading spreadsheet sucks. Again, I did that earlier today, and it was there's a lot. I've been lazy. But usually I try to keep it up to date throughout the month as I get new stuff and finish new stuff, but
I don't mind the reading spreadsheet. It's updating Goodreads and Storygraph. It takes absolutely forever, and there's always something missing.
Yeah, I tend to kind of just mark them as read and be like, I'll come back to it later. And then now I've got 17 books that need to be reviewed in Storygraph.
Yeah,
it's not ideal. Astrid's max speed is 1.75. I'm usually like 1.5 to 2, depending on how slowly the narrator is reading, because I do have a conspiracy theory that publishers intentionally slow down the track for audiobooks to make them longer.
Maybe.
No,
why would they do that
though?
What would be the purpose of slowing it down?
Make it longer so that you can make it more expensive. Without paying
that makes sense.
for extra time or for extra freelancer time, because it's expensive. I did audiobooks very briefly. I worked on audiobooks for my job, and it was hideously expensive. I've not done audiobooks since. Love the monk until she actually went on the road and started meeting people. That's fair. Yeah, I love the monks, and I love the background, and I love kind of them trying to find themselves, and I love the wagon, this self-sustaining RV life wagon that they tootle around in. Yeah, I love a lot of it, but it's just kind of update your spreadsheet once a quarter.
I'd forget what I was doing if I only did it once a quarter.
Yeah, I try to keep track of how much I'm spending, and I will completely forget if I used Waterstone's points or whatever. So I try to keep it up to date, but it's not. It's great. First advice thing was great. Didn't really like the robot. He's so cute though. Support the conspiracy theory? Yes. I really truly do think that they slow down the narration sometimes, which I know is a ridiculous thing, but still.
No, I'm now convinced.
I found a cycle at work that slows down their audiobooks. I have never heard of that being done. I'm blown away by that.
Maybe if you're not listening to it in your first language.
That's fair.
That would be quite useful. But yeah.
Or if
I've never heard of anyone actually doing it.
Yeah. Recently saying, I feel like audiobooks are made slower. Yeah. Sorry, that was really hard. Yes.
You crash through your desk.
I've had a lot of sugar. I ate half of a tiny cake before this.
Oh, did you? I haven't opened my muffins yet.
Yeah, I ate most of my reading sprint cake before reading sprints actually started. And I've had a lot of Diet Coke, so I'm so I apologize for my outbursts. Update spreadsheet the first few months of the year, then give up. Yeah, I feel that. Using someone's spreadsheet for read one, but interesting. I want to see everyone's spreadsheets. Needed time to digest the audiobook. That's fair. It's very fair. Oh, transferring everything.
Oh, no.
I did that when I used to keep my TBR spreadsheet in a Google Doc, and then I switched to Notion, and I just redid the whole thing by hand. It took like 4 days. Did you think that they
Is there
sound
not an
slow
easier
because-
way to copy and paste?
Probably. At least for me.
It's
I don't
my
know
IT brain coming out. Yeah, I don't know how Meg's doing it. Maybe not.
I have literally no IT brain, so I can't. Didn't you think they sound slower because you speed up all the time? That is completely fair. That's a very, very good point.
Yeah. I speed up all of the booktubers that I watch to 2 times speed.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, did you not?
Yeah, until fairly recently, because Judith mentioned that she watches everyone on like 1.5. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah, I feel like I have to now that I've been doing it for so long, but I find that it does mean that I try and speak really quickly when I'm recording now because I'm trying to keep up that pace. Then I'm like, wait, no, I need to like take a breath because I don't need to speak this quickly.
That's funny. I wouldn't have thought that would impact that, but that makes a lot of sense, actually. What do we got? Listen to audiobooks at 1.75. My boyfriend heard it when I was playing it out loud once he said it sounded like a demented chipmunk. Yes. It was on Twitter a couple of years ago. There was someone who did like a screen recording of they were listening to The Cruel Prince by Holly Black on audio on like 3.5 speed. And it was the bit where like, I can't remember what the situation is, but it's like Jude's name written again and again and again. It's just going, it was really funny. Boyfriend hates listening to my sped up audiobooks. Understandable. I don't know what Scottish husband, how quickly he listens to his audiobooks. Because we're hoping to get a car this year and we'll be doing some like road trips and stuff. And if we listen to an audiobook, that could be a point of contention. What speed do you listen to audiobooks?
I think Quill is slowly getting up to like 1.2 speed.
Ooh,
but when we're listening to like podcasts and stuff, if I've been on the Spotify or Audible account, I've sped it up.
Yeah.
So he has to always slow it back down because we share.
I've never listened to podcasts at quicker speed. I should probably give that a try. I don't know. It never occurred to me to change them.
I don't speed them up too much on podcasts because they do tend to have like a natural speaking voice anyway, because obviously they're not narrating anything, so it doesn't slow down.
Like
but sometimes I got to like, sometimes I got to like 1.5, depending on who it is.
Interesting. I might have to give that a try. Scottish husband says recently he's been listening at 1.75, but it does vary by book to book. So if we do go on a road trip, it probably won't end our marriage. So that's good.
That's a good balance, I think. Yeah, good average between you.
Yeah. Copying the pacing tab. Oh, yeah, that's fair.
That makes sense.
I'm not a spreadsheet person either. 3 times speed. Yeah, I go to 2.5 if I'm trying to like blast through something. I have done that with a couple where I'm just like I'm far enough in that I don't want to DNF it and I'm just miserable with my life. Boyfriend listens to music, a podcast, started listening to Lord of the Rings, usually reads and rereads physically. That's interesting. I've got the Fellowship on audiobook. It's not the Andy Serkis one though. It's the old one. So I got sad. After some time, I put Wheel of Time at 2 times speed, but at that point, it was the sloggy territory. After that, it was just that's fair. I got the audiobook for book 10. It'll be my 6th or 7th attempt at getting through it, but I might just put it on like times 3 and just get through it because I've been stuck on that for. I read book 9 in 2016.
Is it your goal to try to read it this year or just at some point soon?
It's been my goal to read it this year for like the past 4 years. I've not managed it. I just want to because once you get past this one, apparently it starts to get much better.
Yeah.
And then sadly Robert Jordan dies and Brandon Sanderson picks it up. And so like the pace picks up really quickly. I've got after this one, it'll be one more Robert Jordan book and then it'll be the Brandon Sanderson one. So I'm almost there.
Yeah, so close.
Maybe I'll try that this month or something like that.
I mean, you can always go back and listen to it properly if you, or like one-time speed, if you really wanted to after you've gotten through it the first time.
Yeah, that's true. I know that nothing. Angela keeps telling me that nothing happens in this book, so there's really no need to read it. But like, I'm a completionist and I need to read it. I can't just skip it, even though I would desperately love to because it's been holding me up for years. But yeah. So yeah, we'll get there one day. Have you read Wheel of Time?
I've read the first book and half of the second, and I got bored of that, so I stopped.
I didn't think it would be quite your thing.
No, it's way too slow.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have the same problem with Lord of the Rings, actually. There's just too much walking.
It's a lot of walking, but also like they don't go very far.
Yeah.
Do Lord of the Rings audiobooks have music for all the songs? That's really interesting because I skip all the songs and reading physical books. So
yeah, that's also why I don't like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I just anytime there's stuff in italics, my eye just goes because
yeah. Oh my god, in these plated prisoner books I've been reading, all of the flashback chapters are titled as flashbacks, but they're also written in italics. And I'm like, why have you done this? It's clear that it's a freaking flashback because you've said so at the top. Why have you written the entire 10 pages in italics? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's really winding me up.
So I was at this baby shower. This is related. I was at this baby shower on Sunday for one of my friends, and I bumped into another friend who I actually met through a book club. She was there as well, and she started a spicy book club. And so the first book that they're reading is Guild, the plated prisoner books. And she's like, it's fucking horrible. Do you want to
read it with them? It's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my god, message me.
I will, yeah. Because it was literally, I think it was either the day before or that earlier that day you had messaged me about it. I really, really want to.
Oh my god, it's everywhere.
So
it's ridiculous.
I'm the next person for it at the library, but I can get the audiobook. I'm not sure if I want to do the audiobook because I know it's quite.
Maybe not for the first one. The first one is very graphic. The second there's only like one sex scene, I think.
Okay, yeah, I blush really hard. So
yeah. Well, on page 6, there's like they get right into it.
Here, I just got really fancy new headphones too, so yeah, I should probably
for high definition.
Mark will walk into the room and be like, "Why are you tomato red?" Yeah, I will let you know what I think. I'm hoping to get it soon. So it's back to Wheel of Time.
Shift.
Into erotica. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a completionist as well, as is, it sounds like, Marlene. It's just brutal. I think in the 8th or 9th book, which I read right around the time that I moved to the UK, so I remember that like really, really well. I think there's an army and it moves about 500 meters in 800 pages, and it's just.
That sounds about
hard.
Right.
It's really hard. 9 books into a 14-book series did get better. That's good. At that point, it's kind of like. I'm glad you liked New Spring. I'm very curious about New Spring. I'm going to read it after I read the 10th book because I think that's where it falls in publication order. And it's all about Moraine and Lan, who are my faves, amongst my faves. So I'm looking forward to that very much. Andy Serkis has a decent singing voice. So it does sound like he does sing the song. So that's very interesting. Maybe I'll just bin my current copy of Fellowship. I have 3 Audible credits, and maybe I'll just get the whole Lord of the Rings and listen to that, the Andy Serkis versions. Probably about women being sick of Rand. I was sick of Rand as well, so that would make sense.
I think everyone was by the end.
I don't know if this is like, I don't think it's controversial to say, but he's easily the worst character in the books, and he's like the main character, which is very annoying. Long bits and italics are horrid. Yes.
Yeah.
I really don't enjoy it. I've had a couple of books that I've worked on at my job that are like academic books, and they really want to put certain like big chunks of text in italics, and I'm like,
no one will read
not
it.
technically a rule, but I'm not going to let you do that.
It's banned. The Sword of Kaigen did that as well. I don't know if anyone here has read it, but they so the characters speak in different languages in that book. I think there's like 3 or 4 different languages. And even though it's written in English, everything's written in English, she has italicized anything that's not in like the main language to show that they're speaking in a foreign language. But she could have just said, they said in X language rather than, or like used her words instead of having like random sentences throughout the paragraphs in italics. It really threw me off.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Not
Do you like that book? I haven't read it yet.
I gave it like 3 stars. It was okay.
I've heard mixed things. People think it's like their favorite book ever of all time, or people like hated it.
I think people might have rated it higher because it's self-published. And they were like, oh wow, this is actually quite good, and then rated it like really, really high.
Yeah. I've got it on the shelf amongst, many others.
It's a really quick read if you do want to give it a go. Yeah, I read it really quickly.
I started it ages ago, and I was really thrown off because I had thought that it was like fantasy, like old-timey fantasy set instead of like a more modern fantasy. And I think they had like televisions or something, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, so I think in where the main characters live, it's kind of old-timey. They've stayed like sort of old-fashioned. But then in other villages, towns and cities and stuff, it's more modern.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the point. You're meant to be a bit thrown because the characters are.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I need to give it a read. I think I'll really like it, but I need to get around to it at some point.
Yeah, the first half was brilliant. It was just the second. I don't know what she was doing.
It's a long book for that kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's all in italics, it looks even longer.
Well, when I read it in 6 to 7 years when I get through all of my books, I will let you know. Shall we do another sprint?
Yeah.
Should we do a little bit longer? Maybe do 45 minutes and go till 9 o'clock?
Yeah, that will give Astrid enough time to finish her audiobook as well.
That is so true. All right, let me update the banner. Sprinting until 9 o'clock. Come on. Oh, shit, I unplugged my keyboard. Oh, no,
I don't know if I can do banners on here if I'm a guest.
I got my wireless one. I've been playing World of Warcraft, so I've not been using my wireless keyboard. I've been using a proper one. Okay. Forgot about that. All right. I'm a mess as usual. And Sophia's back, so time to sprint. See you guys at 9 o'clock.
don't know if she can hear me. Hello. The banner's wrong. It still says 7:50.
Sorry. It's not a Justine run stream if it's not a little bit of a mess.
Yeah. Thank you, Marlene.
Thank you. Hello, hello. That's us at 9 o'clock.
Hello.
How did you do?
I finished A Prayer for the Crown Shy, and I read 3 chapters of Poison Study. I forgot how easy this is to read.
Oh, it's so good. I love that book so much.
I think I'm going to enjoy marathoning the trilogy.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be really fun.
How did you do?
Good. Yeah, I'm on page 415 of 450.
Oh, you're so close.
And it's like it was hard to stop.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's like at the big climactic bit at the end, and I'm like, she's like, have you read this?
No, not yet. I need to, because I need to recap it, because I think there's a sequel coming out soon.
There is next month, which I'm really excited for. It's really, really good. Like really, really, really good. The like J.K. Rowling stand-in character is so vile and so believable. It's like it's perfect.
I'm gonna see if I can get it from the library.
How did everyone else do?
I think Meg had to leave.
Yes, she did. It was nice to have her here. People tell me to stay away from Heinlein. It was part of my sci-fi master's project. Did like this one more than anticipated. I've never made it through a Heinlein book. I think I tried Stranger in a Strange Land, and it wasn't quite my thing. Oh no, I have. I read Starship Troopers, which was great except for all of the Heinlein self-insert bits where he's like the philosophy teacher. If anyone's read it, the philosophy teacher is definitely him, and he just talks about how like we as a society have failed because we stopped feeding our children. It's very weird. Nice guy.
Wow.
It's a very weird book. The rest of it is amazing, but there's unfortunately this like philosophy teacher character who's definitely Robert Heinlein, and it's just like, sir, stop.
My library app has logged me out again.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
They keep blocking me.
Where did you keep reserving all the books?
That's what they're there for, to be reserved.
Specifically by you.
Yeah.
Oops. Marlene read 5% and then closed her eyes for literally 1 minute and just now jumped up awake.
Did we surprise you?
Definitely not the first time that's happened to me. Astrid finished the second Healer / Avery O. Kazan book last week.
Oh, cool.
A rec from work. I don't think I know those ones.
Sorry, I'm just logging back in so I can reserve.
No. I've been like adding books to my Amazon this whole time, so like there's no worries there.
All of my books keep coming in at once, all my reservations, because I've been doing the library books.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
library
yeah.
books, the NetGalley books from the library. And they just all keep coming. This is why I keep hitting my limit.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was a limit.
Yeah. I'm quite proud of myself.
Oh, those books are Maria V. Snyder.
That's the one you were talking about, I think, The Touch of Power.
Right, okay, yeah. I read that one around the same time I read Poison Study for the first time, which was, God, I was still in New York, so that'd be minimum 10 years ago.
I've got a cute little library card that I must have made back in the day, where I've got the exact date that I read it. I've done this for the whole trilogy. I don't remember ordering these or doing them, but apparently I did. When I was a serious book blogger.
That's really cute. Read really fast and fun, too much back and forth, too many plot points in a short book, keep it from being great. I would agree with that, for sure. Well, from the ones that I've read, yes, definitely. usually get 2 or 3 library books out and forget to read them and keep adding more time to the final deadline. That is exactly what I do.
I do that, but then if I go to the machine in my local library, I can return them and then get them out again straight away.
Ah, clever.
Which is why I have a problem.
Which is why you have 20 books out right now.
Yeah. No, 20 reserved.
Oh, 20 reserved, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had done it with, I messaged Amber about this a while back. I don't know if anyone listens to Crime Junkie or has listened to Crime Junkie, but she, the host, is like my nemesis, and I don't know why. I just really, there's something about her. I feel like she would be a really horrible person to be around. But she wrote a book. So I was like, I'm going to read this stupid book. So I got it from the library, and then I did exactly that. I renewed it and renewed it and renewed it. Then I had like 3 days left, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to read it. I read 70 pages and I returned it.
Because you weren't enjoying it, or because you just couldn't be
Terrible.
bothered? Okay.
It was really bad. So I feel very triumphant.
I was going to say,
She may be making,
there's clearly a reason she's your nemesis.
yeah, she may be making tens of thousands of dollars a month on her incredibly successful podcast, but I've one up her. I'm not petty. And I've got like 4 other books from the library out right now, which is sitting on my nightstand, which I need to read. So I'm going to try to not do the renewing thing, but
Yeah.
I will.
I've been getting mainly graphic novels from the library because the Oxfordshire library system charges you more to reserve. So I feel like it's more
£1.20 to £1.30.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, I was so upset.
Yeah, and Buckinghamshire is only 65p.
Seriously.
Yeah. I am outraged. So it's more justified if I get graphic novels out because they're obviously more expensive anyway. So it balances out. Especially, I got all of the Lore Olympus books.
Oh,
They're like 20
really?
quid retail price, which is mad.
Yeah, I keep seeing it in my local shop. I've not like read a comic or anything like that. Not familiar with it at all except for the name, and I'd like to read it, but I keep seeing it in my local shop and it's so expensive.
Yeah, get it from the library. They've got it in the Oxfordshire library system. I think you'd like them. The first one was that was just okay. But then it turned into a bit of like a Greek god soap opera.
That sounds great.
And it was all very dramatic.
Come on. Sorry, I'm logging into my library app.
Oh, it logged you out too.
Yeah, what the heck?
Stupid thing. Maybe it does it every so often.
Lore Olympus. Yes, they have it. Okay, yeah, you're right. Cool. Yes, I'll get that when we're done. I need to stop being distracted. Library sucks when I have more than 2 books out. That sucks.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is just go into the library and get a bunch of books that I know I won't read and return them.
Yeah, I'm really lucky that I live so close to Oxfordshire, so I can just drive to either that one or use the Buckinghamshire one.
Yeah.
And between them, they do have pretty much everything.
Yeah, the Oxford Library is pretty good.
Yeah. Expensive.
I've been spoiled by libraries in the past. And
in New York.
Yeah, the New York Public Library and the Los Angeles Public Library.
Yeah.
Those look pretty good. Recent fantasy. Ooh, Piranesi. Loved it. That was the last translated fantasy book. I've not read that yet. I listened to half of the audiobook and I was like, I have no idea what the hell is going on, so I'm going to read it. I'll have a copy of it. But I've heard it's wonderful. I've heard people really, really love it.
Yeah, that's one that I got from the library and had to return after several renewals. I just didn't pick it back up.
I've never read Juliette Marlier. Is it Marlier? Is that how you say her name?
I have no idea.
I want to read her stuff. I know a lot of people who really love her. I've never read any of her books. She did like Daughter of the Forest and stuff like that. And I think she's still putting out books. She wrote apparently a Lord of the Rings, essentially Lord of the Rings, but from Sauron's perspective at some point.
Okay.
What it's called. It's not actually that, but it's basically what that is.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I need to figure out what that's called, but it sounds amazing. I'd really like to read her. Piranesi is great. Too much plot, though. I wanted only vibes. Don't think my country has any fantasy or sci-fi writers. The SFF culture isn't present here at all. That's a shame. I wonder, are you able to get like books from like the US and UK, especially with like book depository closing down? Are they easy to access, or will that be a big pain in the butt? Because I'm not looking forward to book depository closing down and like have access to all of those books anyway. So it's actually not a big deal for me, but like I know it's gonna be a huge pain for a lot of people. I know Patrick, who's in Taiwan, orders most of his stuff from book depository, he was saying, which sucks.
Yeah, I think it is one of the few book websites that ship to like Asia and smaller countries.
Yeah.
As well.
Amazon now. Tried to read Piranesi because so lost. Yeah, that's what happened to me with the audiobook. I'm gonna give it another go though and see if that works. 3D Chronicles, but afterwards they were great shitty covers though. Did you guys want to do one more sprint? It's getting a little bit on the later side.
You can do one more shorter one maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot. It's because it's our first one back.
I know. We'll do more sprinting next time, I promise. But shall we do half an hour? So let's say like 9:40?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let me put the right banner up this time. And then hopefully I'll finish my book because it's like... Oh, I keep forgetting that I think this is exactly
the wrong key.
Get my wireless keyboard out. Come on, stop it. Until 9:40.
We're gonna do one more.
Okay.
About half an hour.
Half an hour. Okay.
Yeah, tell Quill to join us.
He is sort of. He's reading and then also playing Planet Zoo. He says his seal habitat is very important.
Oh, it is very important. You gotta make sure those seals are.
Thank you, Steve supports me.
All right, see you guys at 9:40.
There's no banner, Justine.
I don't know if you saw me mouth, "Oh, for fuck's sake." There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay. For real now. Bye. All right, that's us. I finished my book with 4 minutes to go. I'm very proud.
What's your rating, do you think?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was really, really, really good. I've never read any of Juno Dawson's books because she tends to write a lot of kind of contemporary YA, which is not my thing, but this was fabulous.
Oh, good.
Very highly recommended.
I'll try my best to get to it next month before the sequel comes out, but I don't know when the reservation's going to come in.
I would recommend trying to read it as close to being able to get the sequel as possible.
Okay.
Because it does end on quite the moment.
Oh, really? Okay. I hadn't heard anything about that, so that's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. It's really, really good. It's very political, but in a really, really consumable way. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How far did you get?
I'm on, I think, page 75. So chapter 8.
Nice.
I'd actually forgotten how vague everything was in the beginning, because obviously I've read the whole trilogy, so I know what Yelena's background is and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's just, I hadn't realized how I don't know, it's odd. There's no tiny hints or anything. It's just random bits and pieces about what she was doing before she got to the prison.
Right. Yeah, because she wasn't she a gymnast or an acrobatics or something? I can't remember.
She hasn't done any of that so far, okay. Apart from falling out of a window.
Oh well, yeah. Which cat is that, by the way? You see a little sprite.
That's Octavia.
No.
Bucky was here a second ago. I don't know where she's gone.
How did everyone else do? I see Astrid has read 8% of Hellbent. It's the longest staying book in my currently reading category. Excellent work then. And Marlene has read another 2% and getting tired. I am also getting
me too. I'm going to need to go to sleep, I think.
I'm going to watch Scottish Husband play The Sims for a while. He's apparently trying to romance everyone in the town.
Is he playing Sims 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've never played it before, but apparently I would really enjoy it. I like watching.
I think you would, yeah. I prefer Sims 2, but that's just because that's nostalgic. Sims 4 is okay, but so easy compared to the other ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to kill a sim in Sims 4. Unless you're actively trying to.
Right, yeah. Which the one time I played The Sims was in college, and my friend Hannah had it, and so we made a sim of my very recent ex-boyfriend. It was stuck in a pool and took out the ladder.
I feel like everyone has done something similar.
Yeah. Apparently you can't do that anymore. They can get out of the pool.
Yeah, they can just climb out, which I feel like it's a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just cheating. Going back to the book depository question for Astrid, going through Blackwell's, which is a pain since Brexit. I didn't even consider that. It's got to be obnoxious. Local stores and a web shop from a neighboring country, and then Amazon. That makes sense. And then Kobo for ebooks. I'm trying to do more ebooks, and it's not happening for me so far.
I got some free indie and self-published ebooks because they all went on sale recently. I think they still might be until the 7th, but I couldn't tell you which ones they were. I was just clicking based on the covers.
Right, yeah. That's the danger of ebooks.
And that's why I don't count my ebook TBR.
That's fair.
They're not really there.
I'm very curious to hear what it is one day.
Yeah, I will figure it out at some point for you.
Well, I think everyone's exhausted. But this was really good. I'm glad that we got the chance to get back to reading sprints after a couple of iffy weeks.
Yeah, me too.
I think we're going to be on Amber's channel, so make sure that you go ahead and follow her. And yeah, have a lovely evening, everyone.
Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys.
See ya.